me to do, but I always said Sane over Sterling all day, every day. Now, guys, let's now, it's now time to get real. Liverpool. I knew Liverpool were going to win. Like, that is not anything to shout before. I knew Liverpool were going to win. 100%. But my Lord in heaven. Yes, I get Atalanta are the inferior team. Liverpool beats the living crap out of us. It was embarrassing. You see, this I don't want in the Champions League. This is bad because mommy, I said, wait a minute. So this is the team that reached the quarterfinals. You haven't really lost any major players. It's still, apart from Ilicic, it's still your main team. And Liverpool ripped these guys to shreds. They ripped them to shreds. The ease with which they cut through them like butter was scary. Alisson made some huge saves. And I think you can now see how important Alisson is because I think after the game, Duvan Zapata is going to beat up Alisson and say, you look, bro, can you please let in one of my G's? But when I bring the guys back in, we're going to have to have a discussion about the whole team of anything. Check my vids. I said to Liverpool, don't get Timo Werner. I don't think Timo Werner is a wise move. Remember, I said it, quote my video, said Timo Werner is not a wise move. I said, When they got to Diogo Jota, I was like, I didn't see this. I didn't really envision this. I was like, Diogo Jota, quality play, good play, but okay. Guys, be very afraid. He did this with Lewandowski. He did this with Sadio Mane. He did this with Firmino. He did this with Mane. Who was Mane before Klopp? Who was Salah before Klopp? Who was Van Dijk before Klopp? Who was Henderson before Klopp? Who was Trent before Klopp? Klopp may have stumbled upon another man because this is now, I think, 3 or 4 games running where he's now scored a hat trick, and 100% the decision has been made. Firmino, you now have to be friends with this. See this? It's called, well, this is what you have to be friends with. You are now sleeping on the bench. You are going to get married to the bench. Wait, how does it go? Because here comes the bride, here comes the bride. Basically, you and the bench are going hand in hand. There's going to be a baby. It's going to be called Fairbench, Roberto Fairbench, because you're now going to be bench. So Firmino, you're like half bench. You're a half breed right now. Your half breed is a bench because that's what you're doing. Because right now it's Jota, Mane, Salah, and the fact that all 3 of them scored is a clear message to Firmino that your days as a bona fide starter for Liverpool are done. This Jota guy is quality, and the reason why people have to be very wary is Jota was good for Wolves. Now, what could Klopp do for this Diogo guy, and how could he take him to the next level? And what I'm seeing this guy do, it's early days, but my gosh, this guy is scoring goals, quality goals. This guy is already fitting into this team beautifully well. I'm thinking now what he can do for Portugal after Klopp is finished with him. Because what this is about evolution. I always said, you always have to improve. You always have to change. Great teams never stand still. Great teams always have to change. We just got done talking with Real Madrid. I'm saying to Zidane, Cristiano ain't here anymore. Modric is getting old. What is the new formation? What is the new outlook? Zidane, you're still playing the same aesthetic and approach that he played when Cristiano was there and when Ramos, Rich were like a lot years younger. Klopp has now realized that, yes, Firmino, I'm sorry, we now have to have a new outlook because Diogo Jota brings us something totally different from Firmino. But for Firmino, yes, you're a great playmaker. Bro, you ain't playmaking. Now, if you now have 3 guys who can G up, El Dio, La, the Jot, bro. Because remember, back then, Firmino used to, even when Firmino was at his best, a goal here and everything, but it was really him facilitating for Mane and Salah. If it's a situation where Liverpool, now they're not like this front three. This is the greatest front three in club football. But what was Emerson about? Emerson was about get that ball up there, let them figure it out. Just get that ball from point A to point B, and you're good. That's all we need from you. So what this may be now is if you now have three guys who are bona fide goal scorers, Klopp is just going to say to Henderson, Wijnaldum, Robertson, Gomez, Alisson, Trent, get that ball to this front three, let them figure it out. But look, man, this group is done. It's finished. And I said from the start that Bayern 100% are favorites. You have to put them as favorites. They're playing at a high level and they're defending champions. But Bayern didn't play Liverpool. They didn't play Liverpool last season. And the last loss that Bayern took, I think in the CL, whatever, was against Liverpool. And I said that if Klopp can just find this team right and find their balance, they can say something. And I always say that even if Van Dijk is injured, that is an issue for the league. Van Dijk being injured is not an issue for the CL. But I'm sorry. I know that, you're like the underdogs, you're dive. From henceforth, Atalanta. Losing 5-0 at home, that ends with Class C spot. I'm sorry, it's not under review. Atalanta, you're in Class C, because that for me that's disgraceful, that is embarrassing, and that brings the great Champions League competition into disrepute by you embarrassing yourself by getting flipping baptized at your crib. But my God in heaven, man, I think Liverpool now genuinely have a front three. Because remember, with Firmino, they didn't have a front three. It was Mane, Salah, and Firmino was like the number 10. Now, if you're saying, because before it's like sugar, we have to stop Mane and Salah. Now we have to stop three of these dudes? Bro, we're entering into a whole new era, man. So let's bring back our peeps, man. Let's bring back our peeps, man. Let me come first to I'm Ham, man. So I'm Ham. Thoughts on that Liverpool game, man? Are you hyped, man? Are you hyped? I am Ham.
Yeah, man, I'm hyped. This guy, man, Diogo.
Diablo. It's Diogo.
Diablo. You know what I'm saying? He's the devil. I told you, HH. I told you.
The devil?
They tried to exorcise him. But what happened? He just baptized the team. The devil just baptized Atalanta. I mean, I'm just happy, man. Wait.
So was it Liverpool playing well or Atalanta were just trash?
No, we were playing well. I think we played well. I think Henderson was amazing. Of course, when the general's in the building, the soldiers stand at attention. You know what I'm saying? So we played well. I thought Robertson was amazing. I thought Gomez, Joseph, father of Jesus, he did amazing. Without Virgil, I thought he was amazing at the back and he handled things. Reese, the president of Atlas, shout out Borderlands, looked good. Maybe Virgil, he looked good. Yeah, man, Trent was doing his thing, but the man of the moment has to be El Diablo. You've got Dio at the front. Dio la.
So let me ask you this then. Let me ask you this then. Firmino, are his days as a starter finished?
Yeah, I think that was it, man. I think that was it. You can't just score a hat trick like that and not become a starter. It was our hardest game of the group. It was an away game. At the back, we don't have Virgil. We had a baby at the back.
Clean sheet.
And hey?
Clean sheet as well.
Sorry?
With no Van Dijk.
Yeah, clean sheet with a baby at the back. Yeah, man, I thought he was clutch. He came in, he showed his character. He wasn't afraid to really express himself, which is something that's probably has been hard for Firmino. Um, so yeah, man, he did well. And the thing I like about this guy, because I always saw him as a second striker type of number 10. And I always thought that a second striker in this team would never work because that person would probably be too slow, too like back to the defender type of player. But he's a first guy. Like he reminds me so much of Salah and Mane. He can,
Just a minute. So Liverpool, has this put them as strong favourites for the Champions League, or it's still early days?
um, nah, I don't think we can be called favorites because obviously Bayern has been uh, demonstrating what they can do to hurt teams. But I think for Liverpool, there was always a confidence. We were very much confident that we're going to see what happens this season. We want to retain the title. But in the Champions League, we're going to keep on pushing. And this time, I think in the Champions League, we're not going to be as give away as many chances as we did against Atletico and
Okay.
as we did last season. We're
Okay.
gonna take it a bit
Okay.
slower and more concentrated.
All right. Okay. Friendly Beast, talk to me, man. Liverpool, man. What was this? Was this really just Liverpool just being the better team, or Atalanta bricked it and just were very, very poor? Mr. Friendly Beast, Mr. Friendly Beast, are you there? 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 All right. Cassius, talk to me. Liverpool.
So I first want to talk about the man of the moment, like I am Ham said. It's about time people realize that Roberto, defensive striker, chance creating, he's not there to score goals. Firmino
Damn.
really isn't a great player and hasn't been, in my opinion, for close to 2 years now. Certainly the last season and the start of this season. As soon as a good player, he hasn't really established himself as a great player yet, but as soon as a good player in Jota replaces Firmino, you could even say that it's not his natural position, but as soon as a good player replaces Firmino, he immediately pops off. So it puts to bed all of the excuses that were made for Roberto Firmino. Um, just yeah, I think Liverpool. You make a good point that the Van Dijk not being there really affects them in the league, but not as much in the Champions League. So they're definitely the second favorite for the Champions League at the moment. And on Atalanta,
Five.
I mean, I said Liverpool would win simply because
Yeah.
Atalanta are an open team, and
And
but
also they're the inferior team as well. So of course they wouldn't lose. But five?
yeah, they're coming off the rails now.
Yeah.
They conceded 3 to Sampdoria. They conceded 3 to another team in Serie A. So
Yeah, they
I know
considered. They considered. I think they 6 to Napoli.
4. It was 4 to Napoli in the
Oh yeah.
first half. Even in the first half, you concede 4. You concede 5 after 60 minutes to Liverpool. It's really all falling apart. I want to see what they do because I don't want. They still have a chance to go through the group. They're tied on points with Ajax, but maybe the fairy tale's ending.
All right. Friendly Beasts, are you there?
Yeah. I'm there.
So Liverpool Atlanta.
Yeah,
Talk to me, man. Thoughts.
yeah. It was a good game. The scoreline, I would say, flattered both sides.
Flatter.
Liverpool should have maybe scored more. Yeah, flattered both sides. Like it could have easily been 8-7, 8-0 and
Yeah.
or 7-4 or 7-3, and you won't be surprised about it. Like it was that open. At Zapata, I think that the black guy, I think is Zapata, right?
Zapata.
Duvan Zapata also. He created so many chances. Alisson with I think
Good saves.
two
Very good
saves, yeah, 2 quality saves. Then Salah missing a couple ball. What impressed me was this was supposed to be the most difficult game in the group, but they just turned up and then they delivered. I enjoyed it. For Firmino, the truth is, I will just put it down to fatigue. I can't place it, but This is not the Roberto Firmino that played the beginning of last season.
Fatigue.
All of no. See, now if you say now, I'm using fatigue,
Mate,
but it's like I'm giving an excuse.
Make no, there are no excuses here, please. No excuses here, please.
Something is not just right with this man. This was not how he plays. Like sometimes you will get the amount of times I don't know if Minamino is influencing the amount of times he loses the ball and then like the passes are not connecting the way they're supposed to connect. And believe me, this guy is the way Diogo is playing. I won't be surprised if Klopp starts Firmino against Man City. I would not be surprised. Klopp is that loyal. Like I know he's going to draw controversy, but I won't be surprised if Klopp starts Firmino against Man City.
What about you? If you were Klopp, what would you do against Man City?
Boy, that's crazy. Now, see, I'll put the team first because I need the 3 points. I'll put my team first. I'll give Firmino the last throw of the dice because Klopp just talked about it in the press conference today. Klopp talked about this thing today.
Wait. Let me get this straight. Jota has just scored a hat trick after scoring the winning goal in your last 3 games. You cannot drop Mane. You cannot drop Salah. You would still start Firmino.
What if I believe you will have a greater impact coming on as a sub? But the boy is just too good to leave on the bench, man. He's too good to leave on the bench. I don't know. See, whatever decision, thank God I'm not the coach now. So whatever decision Klopp makes about him and Jota, I'll just accept it because I'm not sure this team is ready to put Firmino in the trash. No. Firmino is not a brick. He's not supposed to be part of the brick academy, but we just want him to do more. There's an analogy a lady used, Angie Ekalera. She said, for a footballer or for an attacker, it's like ketchup. Sometimes it pours out, and sometimes it get a little bit sticky. I understand that this thing is a sticky patch for Firmino. I think after the Atletico Madrid game, he's been on the downward spiral since. So I don't know what he needs. I don't know if it's rest or he just needs arm around his shoulder, which I know.
My friend, this is what I feel about Roberto Firmino. I'm just keeping it real. I'm sorry because sometimes in life you just have to keep it real. But Freddie Beats, thank you for thinking. Wilson, talk to me. Liverpool and specifically Jota and Firmino. Should Firmino still be given a chance, or is this now time for him to sit on the bench?
It might be time for him to sit on the bench, but at the same time, though, Firmino, he's not really a goal scorer, is he? He's just there to press in because he actually defend out of the front 3. He defends the most out of all 3 of them. But at the same time, though, Jota is really looking good, man. I didn't watch the game, but obviously he got a hat trick against Atalanta. I don't rate Atalanta that much, but really good win by Liverpool, like 5-0 at the Atalanta house. That's amazing because what I seen about Jota, like this guy, right? He has speed, he's physical, and I'm pretty sure he's both-footed too. So
great finishing as well.
Yeah, like the guy could score on his right with his left foot. So I don't know if he can play as a really center forward because it looks like his stronger position might be as a winger, but I don't know. Liverpool does play City this Sunday. This is Liverpool big test ever. After Van Dijk got hurt, because Liverpool hasn't played any big sides yet since Van Dijk got hurt. So this is really gonna be a big test. I'm interested because both teams have kept at least 4 clean sheets. City been keeping clean sheets, and City won today. And Gabriel Jesus is back.
But 5-0.
Yeah, 5-0 Atalanta house. That's insane.
Away from home.
Before I go, I want to touch this. I don't think if Liverpool play Bayern right now, let's say in the Champions League final without Van Dijk, I don't think Liverpool could beat Bayern without Van Dijk. Because You just need that strong character, the like defender at the back. He's gonna be there. It's like saying Real Madrid. Well, it's not really the same because we heavily rely on Ramos. But I just feel like you need that strong defender to help you. I don't think they could be Liverpool Bayern without Van Dijk. But Liverpool looking good, man. Jota, shout out. How old is he? He's like 21, 22. So
I think it was
the guy's
23.
very young, and Klopp really knows how to take player to the next level. So
Okay.
very, very good signing by Liverpool.
All right. Mohammed, talk to me.
Yeah, I didn't watch a big portion of the game, but I mean, look, Liverpool, like they're doing well. To me, they don't have the toughest group though. I think Atalanta. I know everyone falls in love with the dark horse story, but for me, they were just a one season wonder. Like even from last season, you could kind of see it coming. They have an older squad. It's not like they have a youthful squad. Um, they play such an open attacking game that it leaves them so vulnerable at the back that eventually teams are going to figure out how to take advantage and kind of take advantage of the space that they leave in behind. And I think Liverpool showed us a perfect example of that tonight. Jota, I mean, look, if he just scored a hat trick this game and that was it, I wouldn't say he takes Firmino's spot. But since he's been doing it for a couple of weeks now, it's like you can't really argue against him starting. You can't really make an argument for Firmino anymore. He has to start. He just has to. Especially like against Man City, they have
So for you, Firmino benched.
Yeah, he's benched, and I think it's not like you completely scratch his name out of the team sheet. I still think he's in Klopp's plans off the bench, and he can earn his spot back, but he needs to step it up. He needs to match what Jota, not necessarily match what Jota is doing in terms of scoring, but just impact. And if he matches that, he could win his place back. But for now, definitely Jota, especially against like Man City's vulnerable defense. Jota could have a field day with Salah and Mane. And yeah, but I think Liverpool, like a lot of you are saying, like, oh, Van Dijk will be missed in the league, but won't be missed in the Champions League. To me, that's ridiculous, to be honest. Like, he's your best defender by far, and you're going up against the best teams in Europe without your best defender. So against Bayern,
wait. Apart from Bayern, what are the best teams in Europe? Apart from Bayern, that Liverpool should be.
Regardless, well, not necessarily better than Liverpool. For example, Real Madrid. I'm not saying that.
Listen, they wouldn't. Not Real Madrid. Come on.
No, let me just
Manchester
finish
United.
my.
Wait. Let him finish.
Manchester United. Yes.
Let him finish.
I'm not saying that Madrid would beat Liverpool, but I'm saying without Van Dijk at the back, Real Madrid's attack could do damage. That's what I'm saying. If you have this kid, whatever his name is, filling in for Van Dijk versus the likes of Benzema, like, come on. Even versus like the likes of Messi. Not necessarily, like, without Van Dijk at the back, their defense is going to be opened up versus the bigger teams. That's just my opinion, especially with teams with pace at the front. So yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Wait. Yes, I'll come to you. So wait, Mohammed.
I don't think they can. Yeah, I just want to say I don't think they can win the Champions League without Van Dijk. But it's a hell of a start. And for me, the toughest game of the group stage for them is Ajax, honestly, not Atalanta.
But I remember back in 2011, guys were like, "Oh my gosh, like Mascherano, this guy's not a defender." When he put him back in defense, but Barcelona made no difference. I get what you're saying. It does make sense. But my thing is that, yes, they're going to miss Van Dijk big time, but Real Madrid aren't the Real Madrid we know before. Barca and the Barca before.
That doesn't make sense
before. And my thing, though, is that if Klopp is smart and he can get the team to keep possession of the ball more, hold on possession, and if you have 3 guys who can score, and we know what Mane can do, we know what Salah can do, and if Jota can keep up with this 4, and that defense can just train to just sort of withhold its team. Yes, they will concede, but if you can just keep it to 1 or 2 goals, and these guys can score 2, 3, 4 goals, you can still win the Champions League without Van Dijk.
That was a system, H. That was Xavi and Iniesta. That was a system. The Barca defense didn't matter.
No. Basically, all I'm saying is that there is a better chance for Liverpool to win the Champions League without Van Dijk than to win the league without Van Dijk. That marathon, you need a defense. Cassius.
Okay, let me ask, how serious is Fabinho's injury? Is it long term?
I don't think it's long term. No. I don't think
Okay,
Van Dijk is one that's long term. Like, see,
because for me, like if Fabinho was fit, that gives them a much better chance. But without Van Dijk and Fabinho, like honestly, I don't see it happen.
all right, Cassius.
You've come to me.
Oh, sorry. Red Devil.
Well, congratulations, Liverpool. I didn't watch the game. I watched the Inter Milan versus Real Madrid game. And everyone already knows my thoughts on Conte, so we won't tread that through. It just Conte. What can you? Although to be fair to Inter, Lukaku wasn't playing, so we'll see what happens.
So
go on.
Firmino, does he now stay on the bench? Is this official now?
He's not going to stay on the bench because, as I think it was Friendly Beast mentioned, Klopp seems to be, or gives the impression, he's a very loyal coach. Like, you've got to remember, like, how long Klopp actually persevered with, back in the day, Karius and Mingele. Like, he gave them chances, so, like, he didn't just, like, after a couple of howlers, he just benched them. Like, he played them, like, I don't think the Champions League final was the only howler that Karius had. He made multiple howlers, and yet he still played him a CL final. So I don't think that it's not that Firmino has done anything wrong per se. It's just he's not in form, and obviously Jota's is in better form. So I would be very surprised if Klopp, to be frank, dropped Firmino against Man City. I think he will play Firmino against Man City, and he probably will bring Jota on maybe 60th minute, 65 minute, etc. And then possibly at the end of the season, he might do some thinking. But as far as the season goes, I don't think he's going to drop Firmino because of how Klopp is.
And do you think Jota is a real deal? Do you think Klopp has found another gem, or it's too early to tell?
It's still, like with anything, it's still too early to tell. But I mean, we said on this for a while about how I think this has always been the difference between Klopp and Pep, and a lot of the managers that I was having some conversations with PSG fans about like Mbappe and how like if Mbappe ever came to Liverpool, like he would actually achieve what you want him to achieve. He would get the CL. He would get the treble, etc. Because Klopp is a coach and a good manager. He's both. He's not just a good coach. He's also a good manager.
Because I was saying this is like, the only manager I can think of who consistently improve players, I think it's him and Fergie.
Yeah.
Fergie is the last guy I can think of that can make an average player amazing and really take an average player to the next level. You see, Pep just has always had good quality players, but Klopp can take a guy who is he's all right and really push him over to the next level.
Exactly, because let's be real. People appreciate. No one said that Jota was trash, just like no one said that Mane was trash beforehand or that Salah was trash before they came.
But they weren't really on the map.
But they weren't really on the map. And then as soon as they come to Liverpool, with what Klopp does, with the system he plays, he's made them there. So I think that, Liverpool, I said it even at the start of this thing that I think that they were favourites to defend the title season. And I think that I won't be surprised if we've had a Liverpool-Bayern Munich final this season, because Liverpool have depth this season. I disagree with the point that about Van Dijk, that Liverpool don't have a chance, because I think for me the key player will be Jordan Henderson. I think if Jordan Henderson is injured, then because I don't know what it is, but when he's not playing, they just don't seem to have the communication there. Mm-hmm. So if he's gone, that's when I think that
and also he also protects the defense as well. So
yeah, even like just. You see him. I've watched a few games. You see him like shouting at like Trent and Robertson, a few other people. So there's clearly something he's doing, like as much as ability, that puts some order into this Liverpool team. So I feel that with Van Dijk, even though Van Dijk's been out, let's be real. Like Van Dijk's been injured for a while. Have Liverpool really struggled in the league and Champions League?
They haven't played a big game yet, though. They haven't played a big team.
No,
yet.
they have. They haven't, but I mean, Van Dijk was. I'm not dissing Van Dijk, but I mean, wasn't Van Dijk playing when Liverpool conceded 3 goals to Leeds and lost 7-2 to Villa? He was playing there, So all I'm saying,
I think the City game would be a good test.
Yeah, it will be a good test. So, but I think that I think that Liverpool now have very, very good depth now, and Jota brings something else. And as HH rightfully said, we talked about Firmino as a defensive forward, whatever that means. Now you actually have an attacking going out forward. They're going to be really scary going forward.
Abdullahi, Liverpool and Atalanta, man. What happened with Atalanta, man? And have Liverpool made a massive statement, man?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Oh,
Because my internet
I
was
swear. Seriously, you know what? I'm gonna ban that word, man. I'm gonna ban
my
that
internet
freaking word, man.
was giving me an issue. That was the reason. So
Look, talk, my friend.
before I go to Liverpool, let me quickly brief on the Madrid and the Inter.
No, wait. No. Just, I will give you another chance to talk about Inter afterwards. Just focus on Liverpool now, then I'll give you a chance afterwards. So Liverpool.
I think we need to understand something, HH. I think Klopp has to be rated high. People doesn't rate Klopp a lot because what he has done for Liverpool.
Wait,
I say
they
it every day.
don't rate him? Who doesn't rate Klopp?
HHQ. I say it. I keep saying it every day, and I will say it again. Pep is greater, massively greater manager than I say Pep. Klopp is more greater manager than Pep Guardiola. Far away. People may say Guardiola has won 2 Champions League. For me, nah. Because if you look at what Klopp has done for Liverpool, it's massive greatness than what Pep has done for either Bayern Munich or Manchester City. It's the fact, but people don't want to understand the fact and the truth. They do not want to understand the fact. They want accolade, achievement, and everything. Now, so when you have a proper manager and a coach, then you have to respect what Klopp has done. So Van Dijk getting injured isn't really that much problem. But my little issue with them is, have them been texted yet? Yes, not really, because now on Sunday is gonna be the bigger test for them in a game of Man City, in which I know I'll say it again, they will beat Man City. I'm very sure about, because Pep doesn't have it. I'm 100% sure, because Pep doesn't.
So wait, mate. Talk to me about Jota, man. Has Jota now fully replaced Firmino? Yes or no? Should Firmino now firmly be on the bench, or should Firmino still be given a chance?
We got to chill, because what Klopp, we know Klopp very well that he's very loyal to players. You can't just drop player because of bad.
So he should be loyal to a brick.
No, I won't call him a brick. It just been like what friendly guy said. He has lost form. So we need to give him some time to recover his form. For him to recover his form now, there's a competition in Diogo Jota. That is the guy that will make Firmino get back to his best. I think when you jinx player like Hazard, Hakim Ziyech, you need to jinx Firmino to get back to his level. Maybe when you jinx him a little bit on Twitter, maybe then his brain will come back to it. At the moment, his brain is off, because Diogo Jota is kind of in form of his life now. So there may be a scenario in which Klopp will play Diogo Jota consecutively. Maybe that's gonna be.
So wait. So this Sunday, if you were Klopp, forget about what Klopp did. Let's say if you were Klopp,
yeah.
Do you start Jota or do you start Firmino this Sunday against Man City?
Because this Sunday I'll play Diogo Jota. Why? Because he has space, and that Man City defense doesn't even give me a aura of confidence going against Mane, Salah, and Diogo Jota. That's a pacey team that any other day they can beat him 5-0, 6-0, 7-0. That's a pacey team, very good pacey team. So the only problem Klopp could have is Virgil van Dijk present, Fabinho present, but they have Henderson, so that's not an issue, not really an issue. So for me, I'll play Diogo Jota ahead of Firmino. But like I said, Klopp is a loyal man, so we will massively play Firmino ahead of Diogo Jota for me.
Okay. Round us off. Yes, side man. Liverpool man. Talk to me.
Yeah. So I watched this game kind of because I after the third goal went in, I was so angry. But Atalanta, I just turned it off. This Liverpool team is phenomenal. Let me just say that at the beginning. How do they lose Virgil van Dijk? That everyone was praising. He was the best center back ever. Blah blah blah. He's up there with Rio, Terry. They lose him, and they're not even phased. And you have to give props to Klopp. Massive respect to Klopp. How he has his team ticking, and they don't just seem to be phased. Unlike Liverpool fans that ended up crying and everything. Anyways, let me just talk about Jota. Jota and Firmino is a problem that a good manager knows how to manage. Because the thing is, us fans, we're fans. We're not managers. We're not managing Liverpool Football Club for a reason, because there's guys that are more qualified for that job. Mm-hmm. That being so, for us, we're gonna be reactionary. We're gonna be like, "Oh, he has to play Jota. Jota scoring. Oh, he has to." No. Calm down.
Wait.
Calm down.
So are you creating an argument for why Firmino should still be involved in the team? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Because look, just think about this very, very carefully. You at Liverpool, Firmino is never gonna be an impact player from the bench. He's gonna be worthless. You're gonna have just an extra body on the bench.
Okay.
He's not gonna help you 60, 70 minutes.
Is he helping
He's
you from
never
the
gonna help
start? Is he helping you from the start of the game?
But the thing is, he's more effective starting the game than he is from the bench.
I don't know. No. Fair say. This is about your best chance of winning. If he's not doing anything worthwhile at the start of the game, what's the point in starting the bench or whatsoever? What's the point?
But that's the point. Liverpool. That's the point. Liverpool. This is a squad game. That's one thing that people are. You're thinking about what ifs. Oh, Jota comes, we win. But that's not how football works. There's going to be games where Liverpool, we're going to struggle to break down teams. If Jota is on the field, wait, let me finish. Let me land, HH, let me land. If Jota is on the field with Salah and Mane, and the game is 1-1, and you need a goal, and it's the 70th minute, and this team, Sheffield United, Newcastle, whatever they are, they're just 10 men behind the ball. I'd rather have Jota coming off on the bench than Firmino. And that's the key here. That's the key here, in my opinion. And this is what, and I'm 100% sure this is what Jurgen Klopp is going to go for. He's not going to go with this hype because because at the end of the day, he believes in Firmino.
Oh, so you're saying Jota is hype?
No, I'm not saying it's not hype. I'm just saying he's not going to, Klopp is not going to get carried away. He's going to manage this team. He's going to have, okay, Jota, okay, you play well. If Mane is not having a good game, then Mane comes out, then Jota plays in. If Salah's not having a good game, Jota comes in. But the problem is there's not enough depth in Liverpool's team. So there's not a player like Jota that can have an impact coming from the bench. Because he has done this multiple times though, HA. Look at the last couple of games. Jota came in and changed the game.
But side, I get what you're saying. I know it makes sense in terms of okay, you want to bring a player up to make him impact, and I think he's more impactful off the bench than, let's say, a thingy. But the issue is Firmino is as if you're playing with one man down. That's what the issue is. Like if you're playing with one man down and he's playing so badly, is what's the point? And as someone said, you're supposed to go with your best possible team to give it the best chance of winning. And if, let's say, you don't have the best chance of winning the final, but as someone said it in the live chat, what if you're 3-0 down? What the heck is Firmino going to do off the bench? If you're 3-0 down. So how is he going to change that? So you have to go forward with your best possible team. And the fact of the matter is that Firmino has been out of form for about a year or 2 years. So you just playing him because you want Jota to be an impact guy from the bench doesn't make any sense when you're playing this and this guy isn't doing anything. You know? So it's to the point where you probably don't even bring Firmino off the bench. You bring someone else. If a guy is out of form, you cannot start him. You have to leave him off the bench for a few games so that he can then rediscover himself. You starting Firmino after Jota has scored the winning goal in the last 3 games and has just dropped a hat-trick away from home, in my view, is nonsensical. It's not hype. It's just basic football logic. This guy's on form. He's hot right now. Let's keep him in there. Maybe he goes cold on Sunday, but it would make sense that while this guy has scored he's scored in his last 3-4 games. You've got to keep it going.
He won't though, HH. He will play. He will play Firmino on the weekends. He will play Firmino on the weekends.
Okay, HH, I hear you.
And Red Devil, would you do that? Yes or no?
I wouldn't do that. So, but Klopp, but at the end of the day, I'm in between you guys. Like Klopp is the one that won Liverpool their title in 30 years. Won the Champions League. So it's very difficult to be like Klopp, you were wrong, when he's got a CL in the Premier League as well as stuff to dormant to his name. So you just allow the guy to do what he wants, you know? So, you know, it is what it is.
Like I said, Klopp is very loyal to player. It won't, because Firmino is out of him, it won't bash him out and say, hey, go and sit on the bench. No. Firmino actually work on his system. People say he's a defensive that, but Klopp knows what is. Klopp is a proper manager, not a coach. He has 2 manager and a coach. He knows how to manage team.
Okay, so look, man, let's just run now. So let me just take some of your super chats, then we'll get things going.
HH, I have to go.
Wait.
Have a good